Today is 984th day to come here to lessons I learn. I'm learning how to support your dreams, your goals, allow you to become the person that you want to become. Yesterday I shared what influence identity. And today I want to share what you're able to do intentionally to change your identity. I think that every single person wants to improve their identity. Every single person has things that they adore about themselves, or maybe even more the things that they don't like about themselves. A lot of times it comes down not to behavior, but identity that we have about ourselves. Because our identity really dictates our behaviors. And so it's very, very important to understand that our behaviors dictate our identity. No, it's our identity dictates our behavior, and we're able to change our identity to make sure that we're able to change our behavior and get different kind of results. Because of course, if you do different kind of behavior, if you take different kind of actions, you will get different kind of results. So I think that sometimes we are able to ask, okay, what kind of identity do I have that I take this kind of action? And today we'll share 12 things that we need to consider to really change our identity for the better. So number one is self-reflection and awareness. Of course, you need to understand first, what kind of identity do you have right now in multiple areas of your life? It could be in relationships, in business, in life. What kind of identity do you carry? What kind of values, what kind of beliefs do you have about yourself? Because you need to understand where you are before you're able to go where you want. So that means that of course, you need to understand where you are, what kind of beliefs, values you have, and of course, what kind of desired changes you would like to have. Because you could say, okay, I would love to act this way. Okay, now you know what you would love to do. Now you need to understand, okay, what kind of identity you need to build to make sure that you act a certain way. So now number two is set clear goals. Set clear goals. Define your vision. Define where you want to go. So that means that define the ultimate goal, your calling, your desire. The vision is very important. Because at that moment, when you have your vision, when you said it, this is my calling, this is my desired destination, what kind of identity do I need to build? What kind of person I need to become to achieve that vision? Well, it means that you're able to build an identity based on your vision. That means identity is not like made in stone. You're able to adjust it. You're able to mold it. At the same time, we need to really set those SMART goals. Sometimes, of course, you're not able to change immediately identity. Now, a lot of times we're able to change immediately, but preparation to change that will take a long time. So that means that you need to understand that sometimes we're able to really look in smaller identity parts to change over a short period of time just so we could really achieve that big change in our identity. Number three is develop new habits and behaviors. Now, of course, I said that identity dictates your behaviors, but we're able to really sometimes a little bit influence from other side as well. It's not as effective from identity to behavior, but from behavior to identity, we're able to really do that as well. So that means, of course, we're able to say, what kind of identity do you want to build? Okay, now how this kind of person who has this kind of identity, how do they act? What kind of behaviors do they have on a daily basis? Now you start to act in accordance in that identity. So that means you start acting and taking those behaviors, taking those actions that a person with that identity do. Now, of course, it will take a while. It take a consistent job. It will be very hard, but you're able to push it through behavior towards identity. Because when consistently you do it for 90 days, 100 days, 200 days, some kind of behavior, and you start to align, I'm able to do that. Now you're able to really push your identity through behavior, consistent behavior that you do on a daily basis. So it's very, very important to understand that you are able, every single person is able to change their identity through consistent behavior done on a consistent basis, because you start to believe that's what you do. Number four is change your environment. If you want to really change your identity, sometimes changing your environment is very important. Sometimes you need to surround yourself with people who are encouraging your new identity. And this is very important. You have an association that supports your new identity. And that's why sometimes when you're changing completely, when you change your identity, it's good is just go ahead and move, or really surround yourself with people who never knew you before. Never knew you before, because now you're able to open up and really share your new identity and explore that new identity. While, of course, if you are with all people, all friends, they will say that, oh, what are you doing? Like, this is not you. And that means that this is what you're doing. This is not you. Will drag you down. So it's very, very, very important that we need to remove that negative influence. And a lot of times, the best what we can do to change identity is put yourself in surroundings that people have no idea who you are and what kind of identity you carry. When you change your identity, when you are clear and have foundational identity, then you're able to go back to your old friends when you're really strong enough. And then if you say that it's not you, no, you can say that this is new me. Get comfortable to new me. Because of course, sometimes people don't like that you change because that means that they're supposed to change as well. And they don't like it. And they will try to drag you out, drag you down. Well, of course, there's a lot of people, a lot of friends are amazing and they will be super grateful, super happy for your change as well. Number 5 is challenge limiting beliefs. Challenge limiting beliefs. So that means that every single person has some kind of beliefs that is sabotaging them. I never saw a person who do not have limiting beliefs. That means we need to challenge them and making sure that we able to replace those negative beliefs with empowering beliefs. So every single year we're supposed to sit down and say, okay, what kind of beliefs do I have right now that is holding me back? Because a lot of times we have bottleneck beliefs that is holding you back right now. But that means if you have a bottleneck belief and you overcome that belief, now you change that bottleneck belief to empowering belief. That means that bottleneck belief is not holding you back anymore. And you have empowering belief in there. But now because you remove the bottleneck belief, what happens? You become stronger, faster, wiser. But now that means that you moved. And the next belief will become your bottleneck. The belief that you never considered because it was never a problem. But now that other belief that was never in your way will become in your way because you moving faster, you became better. So there's every single year when you're removing your limiting beliefs, you go to a stronger belief, moving to a different belief that is holding you back. So that means that it will probably never be in your life that you will not need to really work on your limiting belief, because the higher you are, the different belief that you need to overcome. And it's always going up. You go up and you need to tackle another belief. You go up, tackle another belief. And that's why there's all life will need to really change our limiting beliefs from negative to empowering. And if you said that you didn't change your negative bottleneck belief, that means that you are stuck in that one belief and it's working. We need to work very, very hard. And that's why I say that so many young people who achieve massive success is that they overcome a lot of limiting beliefs just to make sure, and they overcome very, very fast. And of course, they move in life very, very fast. Number 6 is continuous learning and growth. That means that when we learn, when we improve, when we understand, when we have more perspective, we have more wisdom, we're able to really push it through identity, because a lot of times the wisdom perspective allows us to really have more understanding and really able to really change identity. Because when you are more educated, when you have the feedback, it's much easier to really change identity because you are ready for change. You are understand for change. Because a lot of people said that you are changing when you are prepared to change, or when you are sick of tired and you must change. And of course, sometimes you're able to educate yourself to a change as well. Number 7 is embrace discomfort and uncertainty. This is mandatory. You're not able to really change your identity by saying that, oh, I want to do that comfortably. What it means comfortably change your identity? I don't think that this could be comfortable procedure. This is uncomfortable procedure. This is almost like a surgery. That means that you need to open up something, fix something, and put it back. Because you need to really make sure that you are stretching your comfort zone. You are removing something that was or changing. So that means that we need to understand that we need to really step into uncomfort. Because what used to be very uncomfortable will become comfortable. And new identity will become your jail, because identity could be a jail that we stuck. But the most important part of the jail, we have a key to this jail, identity key, or the key of the jail of identity. We have it. We're able to open up, leave, and go to another place. And if you don't leave that place, we will become jail again. And of course, that's why we need to really make sure that we're able to build resilience, and really with that resilience, we're able to overcome all those jails that we set ourselves in. Number 8 is practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. I guess it's very important to make sure that when you're changing your identity, it will potentially will take a while. It'll take a while to educate, prepare yourself, improve yourself, build the resilience, and all those things that will make a lot of mistakes. And it might be that the first time will not work. Maybe you will try behavior of new identity and you stopped. And you need to be compassionate for that, because it might be that it will take a couple of times until you finally push yourself through that wall of a new identity. And of course, we need to make sure that we are learning from mistakes to make sure that we improve that identity and be able to really have identity of I'm learning from mistakes, I'm improving from mistakes, because that's again belief that we're able to really carry. Number 9 is mindfulness and meditation. We need to understand that you really have some kind of mindfulness practices that you could always be present. Always be present. That is very important. I think that the people who are present are able to really change their identity much, much faster. They don't think about the past. They don't think about the future. They don't live in anxiety. They don't live in stress. So that's why, because they don't live in anxiety and stress, they're able to focus on thinking what they're able to do right now to really become a different kind of person. They have more time, more energy to really do the things required. So they're able to even do visualization of that new identity. That means visualization is a very powerful tool. Everyone says that, and it's scientifically proved that visualization is massive help. So that means when you visualize new identity in your mind, your brain doesn't understand the difference between actually what happened and what you visualized. So when you visualize, and your brain starts to see that you are able to be different kind of identity, when you actually living that identity, it's much easier to execute. So visualization is very important. But again, mindfulness is very key for that, because if you don't think about the past and if you don't think about the future, and you're able to focus on right now and visualize on the action that you're able to take, of course, will give you results. Number 10 is seek professional guidance. So that means be able to really have a coaching, some support group. Coaching, I'm a massive believer in coaching, in mentorship. So we're going to find people who potentially has identity that you want to, and get mentorship coaching from them. How to build behaviors in place, how to live your life. Like everything could be coached and mentored and really adapted from other person, because it's easier to learn and caught and really see how other people do and really do the same, because a lot of times it's harder to learn from books or from yourself, because you're doing something that was not in you yet a lot of times. I'm able to learn and really execute on that. Number 11 is spiritual practices. It might be that, of course, this is if applicable. Explore yourself, explore your spiritual practice, prayer, or other thing that just to make sure that you have the desired identity, and at the same time having that purpose and meaning, because a lot of times purpose and meaning is coming from spiritual practices. Understanding that you're not just for yourself. Being on earth is to add value to people, to serve people, to make a difference, to live a significant life. And of course, that's, I think, spiritual practice is very important to really have that identity, full identity as well. Number 12, and the last one, is monitor and adjust. So it means that we need to always check in. So where is my identity? Because identity is one thing that you can go forward and you can go backwards, or you can be stagnating at the same level of identity. So it's very always to monitor where it is right now, where we want to go, so have a progress of identity, and at the same time be able to really understand that identity is flexible. We're able to adjust when needed. And I think that's the biggest thing is that people sometimes say, oh, this is the way I am. I think that is the most limiting belief that could adopt a person. No, this is not who I am. That is not the way I am. This is how I choose to be right now. This is how I choose to be right now. And the better choices could be good because the identity will dictate behaviors, and those behaviors dictate results of relationships, of your health, of your finances. There are so many things will be influenced by your identity, by our identity. So I know that I need to work on it a lot. All the things that I shared, I need to work on it as well. And I think that I'm not as good as I would love to be yet, but of course I'm working towards that. So I hope you choose to win, and see you tomorrow.